Hi, I'm Claire and this is my husband Nick. We met in an online chat room in 2001 and ended up getting married in 2006. We're a fairly normal, hard-working couple who love travelling and enjoying a drink or two. In early 2020, we decided we wanted a whole new life-changing challenge. So we said goodbye to our jobs. We sold our Wiltshire farmhouse. We packed up our things and made the move to France. In early 2001, I went back to the UK to finalise our house sale and pick up my Aga. I was on Facebook on an Escape to the Chateau fan club page when I saw this advert. I messaged Nick the advert. Curiosity got the better of him and he went and arranged a viewing. With the instructions from me, I trust your judgment. If you think I'll like it, put in an offer. The offer was accepted and we finally got the keys on the 10th of June 2021. Join us and our dogs, Merlot and Flora, as we renovate our Maison de Maitre.
I'm up in the top floor in the Maison de Maitre, and today I'm going to just check that the water in the village can get up to this level. We have a water tower in Oman itself, which is a couple of miles away from here, and it's not the tallest, not the highest of water towers. So before I go to all the trouble of putting bathrooms in here and finding that there's no water, I thought I'd just try and see if water can get up here. So what I'm going to do is drop I've got this, I haven't got any rope, so I'll drop that out the window, which I'll be then able to tie the hose pipe to, pull it upstairs and then turn it on and see if anything comes out. I'll turn that out. It looks like it's down there, so I better go down, tie the hose pipe onto it, and then I can drag it up. Right, well, that's that tied on, so back upstairs and we'll put it up. Here I am, back on the top floor. Pull this hose up. I hope this cord is actually going to be strong enough. Yay! Right, so that's the hose pipe up on the top floor. What's going to come out? Oh. Not bad. Well, that's good news. So I can, with some degree of confidence, get pipe work all the way up here, depending on having a toilet, a basin, a bath and a shower, and they should all work. Oops. Back down again. Tell you what, it's a lovely day today. I'm just going to show you around what we got. Blue sky. Lovely.
Flora, is it a 2 hot water bottles kind of day? Yeah? So it's -1 this morning and it's 11 o'clock, and I thought I'd just quickly come outside and put some paint on a shutter. Brr.
It's like a family tree, part of you and part of me. And if we should separate, go your own way, I won't wait.
Bring the funk back.
I'm back in my shutter preparation area, and I have one of these, a lovely belt sander. I had one the other day that my husband very kindly gave to me, but he gave it to me and I think the motor just burnt out when I looked at it. So I'm going to have a go with a shutter that's had some of the paint peeled off of it with the heat gun, but it's not all come off. So I'm just going to try and finish a shutter by just going over it with this. And I'm going to be really careful not to burn the motor out because it's brand spanking new. So this is the shutter that I'm going to be running this belt sander over. As you can see, it's not, the paint's not been pulled back to the wood on it. I just want to get all of the grain off of it, so when I paint over it, it's smooth.
It's like a family tree, part of you and part of me. And if we should separate, go your own way, I won't wait.
I'm going in for a coffee. I'm cold and I am absolutely covered in shutter dust. It's when you take the mask off to go inside and you realise how dusty your eyebrows are as well. As you can see, this is really good, so it's taking all of the last of the paint that's stuck on there off and getting it back to a smooth finish ready to paint. I'm now at the point where I've run out of belt sanding sander stuff, because whether that full of paint, it just kind of keeps chewing the sanding paper up. So I'm going to call it quits on sanding for today until I get some more sandpaper. If you're interested, I've done a little piece on shutters on our website at www.theexpatbutchers.com, so you can see how frustrating it is at times to do these.
So I've got my rather small compressor here, and just today received through the post a gun for sandblasting. So we're attempting to clean the stone with sandblasting it, which we've been recommended to try. In the summer, Claire tried to jet wash it with our power wash. And well, you can't really tell that was even done. So we'll have a go with the sandblaster. Do you want to have a go?
You're going to do the top bit.
Yes, I can go up the ladder and do that.
Okay.
Do you want to do some middle bit?
Yeah, I'll try some middle bits.
Alright, eye protection, and be careful because you'll get a bit of sand coming back at you.
Oh.
So,
go away. I'm covered in sand.
well, you can see the bits that you've done. It's going to take a while to do the whole thing, but
That's not nice. I decided to leave Nick to it on this occasion and go and de-sand myself somewhere.
I'm not sure how it's going really. Well, the sand's coming out, and well, you can see for yourselves. There's a definite area I have done and an area I haven't done. I don't know how much sand it should be using. The gun came with absolutely no instructions. It was only $9.95, but it had lots of star ratings against it on the internet, whereas the ones that you can buy for 50, 60, 70 euros didn't, had some poor ratings. So I thought, well, for the money it's worth a try, isn't it? So well, the idea is to clean the stone, and it's doing it. I might need a few trips to a nice sandy beach somewhere, okay, to the bricolage to buy more sand for it. Don't know, got to experiment different pressures on the compressor, different sand. I do have a different nozzle that the machine came with, so I can try that, and if nothing improves I'll just have to persevere. But that's taken me 10 minutes to do that, so well, you can see how big the gate posts are, can't you? So that 10 minutes is going to be, well, it's going to be a couple of hours to do, at least, to do this side. One thing I have thought about is actually, should I put a tarpaulin down to recover the sand that I'm using, because otherwise it's going to look like we got the Sahara over here. I'll just show you down there. I don't know if you can see, it's already getting very sandy. Anyway, that was fun. Not a priority though, so there are other things I really should be doing rather than playing with my toy.
We've had a few inquiries over what we're going to be doing with the wash house. So if you follow me, I'll show you what we're going to do. So at points in this, I will bring up a little picture on the screen of the plan for what we're going to do in here. Originally, we were going to do it the opposite way round, but with where all of the pipes are going for the sewerage and the water, we've had to change it round. At this end, we will have a shower, a toilet and a basin. And this doorway will be partly blocked up so that there's a window here rather than this old sliding or non-sliding door. Where the bathroom finishes, there'll obviously be a wall and a door. Then on this side here, we'll have the window and a kitchen table. And then on this side, we'll have a small fitted kitchen. So you'll have where the small kitchenette finishes. This side will then have a sofa and a small living area. And then behind me, there'll be a double bedroom. The aim is to try and make it wheelchair accessible where possible and kind of all on one level, so it's quite elderly friendly. Where this room is just kind of single block concrete walls, we're also going to add insulation, so it's going to pad the room out a bit. And also where we lost the fire, we're planning on putting a small wood burning stove in, mainly to make it look comfy and cosy, but we'll probably also add in air source heating just to keep it warm, because it's quite a cold room as it is. It's not exactly a sun trap area, so that's really the plans for in here. So this will be the main doorway into the wash house self-contained unit. The windows, we're going to have them all double glazed, so it's a lot more warmer and a lot more insulated. And then out the front here, at some stage, will also be landscape, so it will be a lot more pleasanter and a lot more user-friendly.
This week I've received some metal trim that I had on order for a couple of weeks, which just caps off the end of the house in the same grey steel finish that the top cap along the roof was. So that finishes off that bit. I've still got to get some wood and repair the scalloped finishing pieces along to the right there, and then the woodwork we're going to paint in I think the grey colour we've decided on, but I need to find wood in the right size to match in with everything else first. So it's not a high priority. I think now we've made the building watertight, it'd make more sense to focus on getting the inside converted and usable as quickly as possible.
So this morning I'm in the kitchen and I'm doing a bit of organising. When we moved in here, the lady who had previously owned the house had obviously fitted this kitchen many years ago. It's still workable, the oven's a bit temperamental as I've mentioned before, but the area behind me, there's a lovely spice rack and some shelf units that I use for storing things that won't fit in the cupboards because there's not a lot of cupboards. So I decided to buy this wonderful spice rack behind me from a social media marketplace, and it's really lovely, apart from this one issue. So this wonderfully large spice rack will not actually fit the standard spice pots that you get in the supermarket into the racks. So I have managed to find some little kiln style jars to put all of the herbs and spices in. The top shelf isn't too bad. You can put other things in there. So this morning I'm just sorting out spices and being organised, one of my favourite things. And after relabeling and repotting, doesn't it look lovely and organised? And the spares at the bottom. Whoa.
Good morning, a beautiful sunny day, and it's forecast to be beautiful and sunny all day long, so I thought I'd take the opportunity to do some painting. Something that doesn't really annoy me, but I keep looking at thinking I'd like to do that because it will really make a difference, is the railings that you see around the balcony there. They're very rusty, and well, we're going to do all the metal work, the gates and everything in blue, so I'd like to paint them. So the first thing I'm going to do is use this, which is a rust converter and primer all in one, to convert the rust. Don't know what it converts it into. I think I've used things like this on cars in the past, and it just changes the structure of the metal so it doesn't keep rusting, so when you paint over the top of it, the rust doesn't bubble through. So quite what it does I don't know, but I'm going to spray both sides of the metal railings. You've got to do 2 coats and leave it 2 hours in between. Whether I'll be able to paint it blue or not today, time will tell, but certainly I'll be able to make a good start on getting that done. Right. Alright, so you can see quite how rusty these are. Quite a lot flaking away. I'd like to get these done now because as time goes on, more and more is going to flake off. What I think I need to do first is get a brush the metal work down just to remove any loose flakes, and then I'll be able to come up here and spray it. So let's go and find a brush. I've got myself a nice wire brush. Oh yeah, straight away you can see bits coming off. No point in treating stuff that's loose, so just clean that up, and then we'll get the rust inhibitor spray out. Well, I've got off a lot of the rust with the wire brush, but there's still a lot of this sort of crusty material left. I don't know whether it's rust or paint or a combination of the two, so I'm going mechanical now because it might be a bit quicker and better. I've got several different wire brush pieces. I'm not sure which is going to work the best, so I'm trying them all out. Well, that's really getting the metal back to metal. It's going to take me a while. This ain't going to be finished today. Time to try the other bit, I reckon. Well, you might be able to tell which of these decorative upright pieces I've been working on. That one. I've just been using the wire brush in the electric drill, and that has really taken off all the scabby bits of old paint and rust. Well, not all of it. If you look closely, there are still bits left, but I think there's a limit into how perfect you can or you'd want to make it. I've got most of it back to bare metal, just in comparison. If you look at that one that I've done, and then this is one that I just went over with the wire brush, I think you can see how much more defined the metalwork is. So I'm going to gradually, because that's taken me a good half hour to get that one like that. Both sides, I've done both sides of it. So it's quite a few hours work. But what I'm going to do now is spray that with the rust inhibitor or converter and primer spray that I showed you a little while ago. As it's bare metal, it will go rusty fairly quickly if I don't do that. So it makes sense to get that done and then gradually work my way along. This job's going to take me a little while.
Today I'm really excited. I've had a package that I ordered off the internet come through. Unfortunately, just after New Year, I broke my favourite mug right off at the handle. I'd had it made in the UK before we came over to France as a treat for myself. It's a pint mug because I really like pints of tea, Yorkshire tea in particular. And it's an Emma Bridgewater mug. If you know what an Emma Bridgewater mug is, you know what I mean. If not, Emma Bridgewater mugs are lovely. They're just really nicely handcrafted mugs. So after the breakage of the personalised mug, I decided to treat yourself. And I ordered some replacement mugs off of the Emma Bridgewater January sale, and they have arrived today. I do like, as I'm sure many of you do, a nice mug. I was good and I only went with 4. So I got this one to replace my big Clare mug. And then I got some with lovely autumn scenes on, like beavers and owls. But yeah, Emma Bridgewater, if you're watching, excellent mugs. Just so you know, there is no wastage, and this has now become a repurposed pencil pot for the kitchen.
So I'm back on the balcony, and although I wire brushed all of the balustrades, I did this one here with the wire brush on a drill, which really removed a lot of the debris that you see on this one and all the others. I'm quite pleased with it. No, it's not perfect. It's not back to its original metallic state, but I think it's now in a condition where I can paint it just to see how it's going to look in its final colour. So I've done 2 coats of the rust cure and prevent and primer, and I've got this tin of paint. Maybe I'll just turn the camera around and we'll be able to read it easier. So it's this tin of paint that's designed for extreme climates, minus 40 up to plus 60 degrees. Well, unless global warming goes really bad, we should be okay with that. So the colour is Blue Britannia, but brilliant, sort of a glossy finish. Let me get painting. I'm only going to do this one because I've got to prepare all the others, but I wanted to just see how it would look in its final state. I don't think that looks too bad. I think it'll look nice when we get the rest of them done for a start, and then get the door painted the same. I think that'll look really nice. Wait to see if Mrs. Butcher agrees. I hope she does. Hi, good evening. Hope you've enjoyed what you've seen so far. Of course, now it's time for wine of the week. And after 2 weeks of not giving you a wine of the week, we decided to break our dry January for this special occasion. Because we are in celebration of the fact that France is now going to allow UK tourist travel again, which means my parents are coming over for an hour belated Christmas. So next week or so they hopefully will be here with us. So to celebrate that, Claire has been down to the cellar and selected a pomerol of all things, a Grand Vin de Bordeaux from La Croix-Ferrand, which is a chateau in Pomerol, which Merlot and Flora seem to like the idea of. 2018, and this one, where did we get this?
I think we got...
Is it from our favourite discount German supermarket?
No, it wasn't. No, it was from, I think it was from Hyper.
Oh, a different supermarket.
Yes.
But anyway.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Yay! Wine!
Oh, that's lovely.
Oh, it's lovely.
Silky. As well, today we've been out and Claire in the Sant Troc shop found these 3 delightful table lamp stands in some sort of cherub design. So we're now the owners of these.
Aren't they lovely? They had no copper pans this week, which was very disappointing.
And we couldn't come away empty-handed, could we?
No, but we also bought a wash stand for the bathroom.
So we've got a bit of furniture for one of the bathrooms. Bit by bit, we're making progress.
Thanks for watching.
And you can keep following us on Facebook, Instagram and Twitter.
Or at our website at www.expatbutchers.com.
Well, until next week, cheers.
Cheers.